Hey, welcome back, guys. Today we're going to discuss something that everyone has to go through if you're looking to purchase a property, and that's coming up with a down payment. And specifically today, I want to talk all about gifted down payments. This is something that's come up quite a bit in the last few years simply because the cost of home ownership is so high and the minimum requirements for down payments is also incredibly high that oftentimes borrowers are looking for some help when coming up with that down payment. So quickly, at first I want to jump into the requirements for a down payment, the minimum requirements here in Canada. First off, you have to have a minimum down payment of 5%. So 5% is up to $500,000, and then anything above that, it's sort of a sliding scale, but minimum's 5%. Now for rental properties, that's actually 20% minimum down payment. And then anything that is over $1 million of a purchase price, you have to have a minimum of a 20% down payment. That down payment can't come by way of a loan from a financial institution or from someone else. But if you've been fortunate enough to get a gifted amount for your down payment, your lender may have asked you for a gift letter, and if they haven't yet, they likely will. So, what exactly is a gift letter? It's pretty straightforward. It's a letter that is provided typically in a template format from that specific financial institution that indicates the amount of down payment, and it has to also state that it's non-repayable. So it's a gift, and that gift can come from an immediate family member. That could be a parent, grandparent, sibling, but it can't, at least in Canada, it can't come from a friend, for example. And sometimes with a gifted down payment, the lender may request proof that that money is either, one, already transferred into your own account or available in the donor's account as part of your down payment. Sometimes I get the question of whether or not gifted down payments are taxable. The short answer is no. Down payments in Canada that are provided as a gift are tax exempt. So is there a limit to the amount of gifted funds you can receive to go towards the down payment, or is there a maximum? And the short answer is no, but there are some rules that you do have to follow. In the case of self-employed individuals, the banks typically want to see at least 5% of your down payment coming from your own sources, and that can't be credit cards, it must be savings. The other 15%, in the case of a 20% total down payment, the other 15% can come by way of a gift letter and a donor. That's for self-employed individuals. And they basically do that to make sure that you've got a little bit of skin in the game and you're able to make those payments. Because if you can save up some money for a down payment, that shows that you have a fairly good grasp on your finances and you likely won't have any issues with that mortgage going forward. In the case of borrowers that are salaried, the entire down payment can come from gifted sources. Okay, so who's responsible for writing that gift letter? That gift letter is to be written, and like I said, it's typically a template that's provided by one of the lenders. It's all specific for that financial institution, but it's going to have some information that is generally going to be the same regardless of where you're getting that mortgage from. And that includes the gifter's name, address, and relationship, the name of the giftee or borrower, so in this case it would be you, and most importantly, it's going to be pretty clear that you'd have to indicate that those funds are indeed being gifted and not expected to be repaid in the future. Otherwise, that's considered a loan, and loans aren't allowed under this program. Sometimes they also want confirmation that those funds have already landed into the borrower's account. So it could be as simple as a copy of a bank statement showing the funds that have been deposited match the amount on the gift letter. Or sometimes I've seen where the gift letter can simply be brought into the local branch for the person that's gifting the money, and they can simply get it stamped by the teller, showing that the funds are indeed there. So you might think, well, how long is a gifted letter good for? Typically, gifted letters are good for about 90 days. Often I don't see it going past 90 days, generally because the gifted funds are typically moved over prior to closing, and it's usually that usually happens within 30 days or so of closing. This is for owner-occupied properties. Banks generally don't allow gifted funds for rental property. So if you're looking to grow a rental portfolio and you're short on the amount that you can actually come up with, then you might have to look at some other strategies in order to get the entire down payment. But gifted funds are not one of those options, unfortunately. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the borrower's responsibility to make sure that the mortgage is in good standing and it's paid on time. All right, guys, that's all I've got for today. Again, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me out. I'd love to hear your thoughts too, and if you've had to utilize a gifted down payment or how you're working towards getting that down payment if you're in the market for a property. Okay, have a great day and talk to you soon.